We're live, alive. I need some music. This is the intro. You can't hear it. Usually, you can't hear the music. Ding. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everyone. I'm gonna give it a minute before I dive in, and I also want to see the back end. Hold tight. Hi, hello. We're going live. I went live last week in the Instagram. It was so much fun. I'm like, I need to go live in the Facebook group. Let me double check on my back end stuff. I cannot share. Can I share my screen while we're live? That's kind of dumb. Hang on, I'm gonna have to restart this. I want to show you some things. Is it worth me restarting? Hold tight. Hello. I'm trying to see if I could share my screen because I want to dive into all of the things that we've been working on over winter break. I don't think it's gonna let me. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to start this bad boy over so I can show you my screen. Let me think. Do I want to do that? Hi everyone, good morning. I was thinking about maybe I needed to restart because I want to share my screen with y'all, show you the events, but I'm like, is it really worth it? Do you need to see my screen or should you you just see my face? Good morning! Happy Monday! It feels like a Monday. I don't know if you can hear in my voice. If you are an ecosystem member, you probably got the ecosystem newsletter. I did a video last week and I kept coughing. I had this like cold cough. Hi Brenda, welcome, hello. And I kept coughing through the video and I was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't have water around. So then over the weekend, the cough has fully arrived. So I apologize. It's in my voice. We're entering the season. Okay, well, you know what? I'm not going to share my screen. Go check it out. I think there's links. It says VCBW links that will take you to all the places that we're going to go that I'm talking about today. Let me get my stuff together here so I show you the right thing. Okay. Hi, hello. Tawny Noriega, founder of Ventura County Businesswomen. If you're live, please say hi, say hello, drop a comment of where you're tuning in from. Good morning. Hi, Phyllis. Yay, I love going live. It's a great opportunity for me to show up and see everybody and say hi. Okay, so the intention of today's live is I want to drop you into all of the things because we're on winter break. And what does that mean? We take a break in July and December, and it's an opportunity for us not to do events because that takes a lot of time and energy doing formats and RSVPs and the whole setup. So we don't do events July and December. We take that time and energy and we focus on up-leveling. So we've been working on a community audit, so everybody starts submitting their feedback of what we're doing really good on, where we can improve, what they need more of. So we've just been on the back end reading those. It was so much great feedback. I actually am excited to go through this with y'all because the community audit helps us pick like what kind of events are we doing, when are we doing them, what kind of collabs, what resources are we bringing into the community. So I'm just so grateful for everybody that took the time to give us some feedback. Hello everybody, so fun. Let me just say hi, hi, hi. Okay, so let's dive into this. We have a full calendar already for January. So we're hosting 6 events per month. Whoo! I feel like, and I've said this in the eco video, every year's expansion is add more events. But I'm here for it. I'm super excited. Okay, so we have some changes to the schedule. So listen closely, and we're going to have a lot of information just helping everybody get in alignment with all the changes that we're making. A lot of the stuff is the same, but we're growing, we're evolving, we got to make some changes. So we are moving our biggest event, Coffee and Connection, to the first Tuesday of every month. It used to be the second. It is the first Tuesday of every month. That is 8:30 to 11 at Poinsettia Pavilion. I always gotta say it with a little flavor for some reason. So that will be there. We're moving into the big room. I actually don't know the name of that room. I just keep calling it the big room. We were in the smaller room adjacent. It was the Santa Paula room. We were in there for almost 2 years, which is crazy. And now we're moving into the big room, which is incredible. And that gives us so much opportunity for more collabs. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. So mark your calendars, Coffee and Connection, first Tuesday, 8:30 to 11. I'm looking at my notes so I don't mess nothing up. Poinsettia Pavilion. If you're not a member yet and you just want to check it out, see what it's all about, this is our signature event. Everybody from our community comes together. We're really hunkering down on a format that just gets you talking, connecting, getting enough resources, collaborations while you're there. So I'm really excited to strengthen that. $15 guest pass or free to ecosystem members. Then we have the Founders Call. This is the second Wednesday of every month, 9 a.m. to 10:15. So this is ecosystem members' opportunity. Hello, ecosystem members' opportunity to come hang out with me online. It's casual. This is my way of being able to stay connected to those that are in the community. What kind of, what are you doing in your business? Where do you need support? What kind of connections do you need? What resources? Let me help you integrate into all of this stuff that we've created in Ventura County. So the Founders Call is ecosystems opportunity to just have that direct access to me. Let's team up, partner together, get you where you need to go. And I really want to start pushing that show up. Use that call for yourself. Then we have the Erin's Ask Me Anything office hours. This is the second Thursday of every month, 10 a.m. to 11:30 online. This is hosted by Erin Hines. We did a whole ChatGPT series where we're customizing chat with your human design, so it's giving you specific information back about your business. It was incredible. We had so much fun doing that event. So now every month she's offering free to the community, to anybody inside of VCBW. You can hop online. She'll go through like any questions you have about your human design. How do you actually take your human design and integrate it into how you're building out your business, your structures, your systems, your operation, your marketing messaging, your branding, all of that. You could get so much direction utilizing human design. It's just a modality that's open, free to the community. Then we have the Marketing Power Hour. This is the third Wednesday of every month, 9:30 to 11:30. This is also virtual. This is a 2-hour session. I know it says Marketing Power Hour. This is hosted by Kristen. So Kristen handles all of our social media. She's incredible. Her skills, the way she handles things, does things, strategy, content, graphics, it's incredible. So she's doing every month, again, on that third Wednesday, 2 hours, come handle your marketing. Anything that you have to do about marketing related to your business, get on. I'll be on there, Kristen will be on there, and that is your active time to get your marketing done. Social media, copy, graphics, schedule it out, strategy and pillars, like anywhere you need to handle your marketing for your business, utilize that Marketing Power Hour, so we can get that off of your to-do list, check it off, and have it be done well. Love that. Whew, let your girl take a breath here. Let me say hi to everybody. Your girl can talk. I have some more things to tell you about events, but I was so intently like, I have to make sure this information is right, because I'm pretty sure I did mess it up on the ego. I switched maybe the dates on the ego video, and I would like literally had to go through, and I'm like, that's a 30-minute video. I cannot record that. Anyways, we're out here trying our best. Brenda, let's see what she says. I have a private practice as a therapist, and I'm a studio painter. Oh, love that. I'm so glad to have found you. I hope you feel better soon. Thank you. Well, definitely let's get connected. That kind of brings me into our next event. This is the VCBW Poppins. This is brand new. This is kind of my how to get the chapters rolling without it being chapters. How do I get more events? without adding so much work and overload to my schedule. So I'm like, I'm gonna pop in. I'm gonna pop in places. We could, like, I work from home, so I need to get out my house. I need to get dressed. I spend a lot of time alone in certain aspects, so I'm like, I want to go out and be in the world. I want to like yeah, like get dressed and like go get my cup of coffee. I started doing that the last week, right? Go see things, window shop, be out in the world. I don't know, it's just, it's such a different energy. So this is what the VCBW Poppins are. The pop-ins are so casual, no format. It's free to the community, free to anybody. We pick a place, we pop in. We want to support the local business of where we're popping in. We want people to know about them, utilize their product, services, location, whatever they got going on. But then also, again, like, we're all out. We're being in community. We're being in life together. We're talking, connecting, empowering, expanding, the whole 9 yards. So the first pop-in, the pop-ins are also going to be like usually the third week of every month. So note that. Pop-ins, the first one, let me get the actual date here. That is going to be at Bonnie Lou's in Ojai. We're doing an 8:30 to 10, super cash. Come eat breakfast. You could have coffee, grab some tea. We'll have like the back patio. I'll have to check in, but Pure Living is behind. Mud Lotus, then we have the Blend. There's a couple of their businesses, Serendipity. So I'm kind of like, we meet at Bonnie Lou's, see where the day takes us, go do things. I don't know, be in the community together. So the pop-in, that's going to be January 29th. That is a let me double check that. That's a Thursday. Okay. Yeah, Thursday morning, January 29th, 8:30 to 10:30. Come hang, come play, stop in. You don't have to be there at 30. The pop-ins is like, come when you can. The idea with that, we've been talking about doing it at Bonnie Lou's, so that's kind of why we're starting there. There's a bunch of businesses in Ojai that I want to pop into, but then we can start getting it into like Ventura. There was a lot of stuff on the feedback form about like East Side, Ventura, getting some more pop-ups there. We have a lot of gals out in like Thousand Oaks, Camarillo area, so having pop-ups there, again, just that community support of getting people to the place, connecting, empowering, all that jazz. So that's the pop-up there. Let's see what else we got. Let's see what else we got. Then we have these, oh, then we got the clarity call. I'm like, wow, this is so many events we have on. Okay, and so this is the last of the 6 that we have every single month. Woo! Your girl's working. There's the clarity call. This is the last Tuesday of every month, 9:30 to 11. Online, hosted by myself, $25 guest pass, so I open this up, and I'll tell you why, and then free to ecosystem members. Let me cough. Okay, so the clarity call is, it used to be the business breakthrough session. We rebranded it because based on the community audit, things that we were talking about in the community, and also because of who I am, the shit I like to talk about, the clarity call is really honing into, you are a professional, and we can address the challenges and hardships and where we get stuck and stagnant in survival mode in our business. Yes, let's have that call, that combo, absolutely. And that's what Business Breakthrough was doing. But in Clarity Call, there's this opening, and I think maybe even me getting a little bit more vulnerable inside of like me supporting and how I like to show up is having the personal conversations that our mindset, our perspectives, our energy, our body, our environments, those play such a huge role in how we show up to our business and how we show up in a community. I've been stuck on building this out, so then I was kind of a little bit more reserved in me going full out and sharing like, hey, we got to take care of, you know, the personal and the professional if we're going to build like businesses that can hold, you know, big amounts of success and wealth, while being longevity, right? They can sustain themselves. That's what Ventura County business women is all about. And I feel like in 2026 for me, maybe as the founder, kind of like really stepping in and having those conversations. I don't know if you've seen it in the threads, in the Facebook group, but I've been having a lot of these community discussions where we are talking about personal things and how it relates to our business, because they are very much intertwined. That's my personal belief, and that's kind of the stance here in this community. You are a professional, you are an expert, but you are also a human being, and I want to factor both of those and make sure that those are addressed and handled and nurtured and cared for. So we're building lives and businesses that are in our truth and our power. They actually make a freaking difference out in the world with our families, our communities, the whole thing of it. So the clarity call is, if you're feeling stuck in something, you're feeling like you need some clarity, the clarity call is for you. Every last Tuesday, hop on. We'll have some very deep, intimate, vulnerable conversations. They will not be recorded. It's only for those that show up. And again, $25 guest pass. So I don't want it to be a thing like if you're not fully ready to join the ecosystem membership, but you're like, dude, I need some clarity, I need some support, I need some guidance, I need a soundboard. Dude, let's freaking work it out. So I'm really excited about that. And Mariki Quinn, she's going to be co-hosting that with me. Because she wants to do her own monthly thing, but she's like, you know what, let me just get my footing. So we're going to co-lead that together, and then she'll go off and have her own deal too. So I'm just excited. We're just going to literally, more events! Love that. Okay, let me tell you about the 3 other events, and I'll wrap it up. Thank you so much for bearing with me on this. I know it's a lot of information, but it's important information, and this is how we get to actually bring the community together and make that impact. Okay, so the next 3 events, these are our bi-monthly events. We have a co-working session. So I think some of you know, I love co-working because I live at home. So I tell everybody, I'll tell people like, come through, like just co-work with me, bring your computer, journal. I don't know, you take care of yourself. I got a gorgeous property. Come sit out in the sun and look at the cactuses. Or some of the gals will, and they're like, I have to bust down all of this to-do list. But it makes a difference, maybe because we're chatting, kind of downloading everything, getting set up, and then you see somebody else working, you're like, okay, I'm gonna work. So the co-working sessions, those are gonna be, we don't have our first one scheduled, but it will be anywhere from 2 to 4 hours, come as you want. I would prefer like 4-hour like straight sessions. So essentially we would all come together as a community. I'll rent out a spot. Bring all the stuff that you need to do, and then we probably would pair up, like depending on what you're working on. That way everyone's like kind of working on similar things. We can support each other. There's going to be so many people there that have like expertise, so like literally we can help each other talk, communicate, help each other go next level. So the co-working sessions, those will be in person and bi-monthly. Then we have, somebody said, and shout out to whoever it was, if you're listening, someone said in the feedback form, I would love an event that is Ask the Experts. I loved that idea. That is incredible. That will be a bi-monthly event. I think we'll start that either in February or March. I'm still kind of getting the final details with that. So probably do a panel on a certain industry, let's say marketing, right? We have a couple of experts, guests would submit questions, then the panel would talk about it, and then of course they can, a little bit of storytelling, some tips and tricks, make it super valuable. But I loved that, and I think we'll alternate that. Sometimes in person, sometimes virtual for Ask the Experts. But whoever gave that idea, love that. Thank you so much. This is why I love community audits. I get to co-create this. I don't have to think about everything by myself. Okay, so then the other last bi-monthly event would be the Spanish speaking. So this would be like a networking event based on our core model, led by somebody that's a Spanish speaker. We got 2 gals that we're talking to, and we got to work all the final details out. But bringing it to the Spanish-speaking community so they have an opportunity. Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. I think I was like, my Spanish is not very good, but I think I should learn Spanish. I'd be so down, actually. I just think it's like now, especially, it's like what a difference it makes. Okay, did I tell you all of the events? That's a lot of events. We have 6 events every month that VCBW is up and rolling on. We got 3 extra that are just like bi-monthly rotating. And then in addition to any of the community events. So, whew, I'm ready. It's a season of events. Okay, let me take a breath there. If you're watching live, say hi, say hello, tell me where you're tuning in from, say something about your business. And if you're later on in the replay, say hi in the replay too. Let me switch my tabs. I know I gotta tell you some things about collabs and then we'll wrap up. All of the RSVP stuff, registration is open for events. You can go check that out on the public side of the website under events or in the members portal. If you're an ecosystem member, use your portal for everything. It got some updates too, so go check out the members portal. It's incredible. Andrea! Hi, girl! Oh, wait, my emoji. I own a jewelry making studio in Westlake Village. I love that. Okay, so let's get into collabs. Okay, collabs. Collabs has been a thing for me. I feel like we all have something in our business where you're like, it's really not that complicated, but I have so much stuff about it. Collabs was one of those things for me. Hi, everyone. Collabs is because there's just so much that goes into collabs. And I just, like, I didn't know how to get the collabs out in a way that was, like, digestible, that was clean for me, clean for you to see it. It has been very complicated. So we originally launched a collabs page back in 2023, right? We had a collabs page, you had all these options, it was cool, whatever. It had like literally an application form for every single collab. Oh my god, it's called Stress Me Out, okay? So then when we got into 2024, no. Oh my god. Yeah, 2024. Did I do collabs then? I think maybe at the end of 2024. We were on a break and I was like, I can't figure out how to get the collabs the way I want it to, so I'm gonna just trash it. And so I literally hid the website page. And then so for this year, 2025, we've been doing collabs. Actually, I think we did, how many collabs did we do? Let's look it up. We did so many collabs. Let's see. Hang on, let me look for fun. Collabs. 112. We did 112 collabs in 2025. That's awesome. I want to double that. So we did all those collabs via email and like texting and voice notes and stuff like that. So I was like, this year I'm going to get the collabs page up. I'm going to get it up. Well, we have it up. It's live. It's official. It's on there. It's pretty much the same page that I've had this whole time, but I think maybe I'm just at peace with it. Again, business is funny. I don't know. It makes me laugh. But I'm excited that the collabs are out. And let's go through that. That's what we're doing. Okay, so let's check this out. You can't see it, so sorry. There's links somewhere here on the live or the replay. It will say like VCBW links. Click it, and it will say collab with VC, and then you can see all the stuff that I'm looking at. But let me run this through for you real quick. So we have the table features, which I'm really excited about, and this is kind of like the most important right now, because we're moving into the big room for at Poinsettia Pavilion. I cannot say that without like some kind of like thing about it. Poinsettia Pavilion. We're moving into the big room. So the old room we could only do 2 tables, and even that was like so squished. So in the new room we can fit up to 10 tables. We provide the 6-foot table. I'm going to tell you this one specifically, all of it, but we provide the 6-foot table. You bring your tablecloth, table decor, make it cute, and then any of like your marketing material, and then you get like you get put on the website via social media posts, digital assets. You get to set up the table, mix mingle, and then so that's for January 6th is the first one, so we're accepting applications for that right now. So if you got a product and service that you want to get out in front of our audience, go fill out the collabs, because we are ready to get y'all on the website. So that's the table features. What's the pricing? All the pricing will tell you ecosystem versus non-member. Ecosystem members get a discount for all of the collab opportunities, but I still have some opportunities to collab that do not require you to be an ecosystem member. So you still have that option. Ecosystem members do have exclusive access to a couple collab opportunities that are not available for non-members. But I'll get into that in a minute. Hi everyone. Hello, hello. I know if you're watching live, say hi. I love and appreciate that. Okay, so that's table features. Then we have the vision sponsors. So these are for events, like in-person events. This is like when we would do like a print on cardstock, all of your information, details, and then we would get it in front of every single one of the guests that attend. All of the collab opportunities will tell you an overview of what it is, tell you what's included, and then what the pricing is. So it's pretty clean and laid out fine. Okay, then mini training. So in the ecosystem membership, there's the digital vault. That is about to get a facelift, which I'm so excited for. All the projects for winter. So if you have a mini course or a recording, this is not your signature, right? Andrew, tell me what info you want, and I'll tell you. For the mini training, we're not looking for like your signature course. We're looking for like your entry level, usually like your list builder or something valuable, but it's not like your secret sauce. If you have some kind of mini training that you'd like to put into our digital vault, we have a collab for that, and we're acting as like your marketing funnel. We want to put something of value that represents you into our digital vault that all of our ecosystem members have access to. They get exposure to you, they get a taste of your expertise and your energy and how you feel, and then again just acting as that funnel that then they would want to go and do more business with you potentially. Let me refresh the chat, see what Andrea said. Can you repeat where to find that info? I'm like, what did I talk about? Maybe you're asking about the collabs. I'm going to drop this link. Oh, collaborate. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. So if you want to collaborate for the coffee and connection on January 6th for the table feature, I'm going to drop this link here. Go to the collabs page on the website. You'll go, there's one application. I got a cough. Hang on 1 second. Don't leave. Hey, Kev. Nope. I knew I had water around here somewhere. That way you're not hearing me cough the whole time. Okay, so let me give you the link though. So you'll go to the collabs. I just dropped that in the chat. You'll go down to the bottom. It will say apply. Click that. You'll pick what month, and then you'll pick what collab you want, which would be month January collab table feature. Then you respond. Oh, there goes my camera, y'all. There goes my camera. You know what? If you have never been on a business breakthrough session with me, this is what happens. I have an interesting camera. If I make any kind of certain hand gestures, it auto-zooms. I don't know how to get it off, so luckily I'm standing. We're going to make this work. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I just told you about mini training. What else we got? Good question. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. Love good questions. All questions are good. Then we got the social media live. So if you are somebody that wants to go live, whether on your Facebook or our Instagram, we would schedule something together to be like you and I. I think I could eventually work it out where it's like if you and another person. I don't know how that would work, but that would be fun. But to start, we would schedule a social media live. We would go live on the platforms, and you just share about who you are and kind of like interview you. It'd be like a mini podcast sesh almost, and then we'll share it onto our social media platforms and all that jazz for people to check you out. So it just kind of gave me an opportunity again. I want to I want to get talking. I want to be sharing and yeah, let's go. So social media live, that was kind of my way of doing that. Then we have the blog feature, so we're building out a blog on our website. which is separate than the Elevate series, I think. We're still kind of navigating that. But we want something else that highlights your business, a different format. Um, yeah, and we're really focusing like who you are in the business. What do you offer? What are your services? What are your areas of expertise? What is your, all the business highlight info, which is separate than the Elevate series, which is only for ecosystem members, and that is free to ecosystem members. That's more interview style, really focusing on like who they are behind their business plus what they do. But it's a little bit more about like get to know me. It's not very like business and read now. I don't know. It's kind of got a different energy. So we have this whole idea about a blog build out, which is separate, so that opportunity is there. So if you need some like copy, you need some backlinks, you want to get some, views on your business, we'll write a nice article about you. Then we have the guest expert. This is live or virtual. So if you want to share, more focused, this would be more focused of a segment. So if you have tips, tricks, education, teaching, something of value that they hear, they apply, they can integrate, they can do something with it. That's for the guest experts. We have in-person and virtual opportunities for that. Again, you just fill out one form, tell us what month, what collab opportunity you want, tells you all the pricing. No payment is due until we accept your application. So there's that. Then for ecosystem members only, and the ecosystem members have their own collabs page. Pretty much everything is the ecosystem has their own portal with all of their stuff, so it's really easy to navigate. They get access to the newsletter feature. We have a resource feature, which is like if you have a PDF, a template, a guide that you want to put in our resource library within the members portal. Again, we're acting as that marketing funnel. It wouldn't be like your signature high ticket offer, but it would be something that is introductory level, entry level. It's kind of no sweat off your back. It's still valuable. It's still helpful. It still gets a good taste of who you are and what you offer, so that when the ecosystem members use it, they're like, oh, let me see if she has something more for me. That's the idea of that. So then we have a press release feature. Those details are not fully out yet. They'll be released in the members portal soon. And then we have the VCBW Poppin, which will probably be on the collabs page maybe by like Tuesday or Wednesday of this week. And again, that's if you have like a brick and mortar business in Ventura County, you want us to come pop in, then we'll collaborate that way. I made it through. I told you all about the events, and I told you all about the collabs. That was my two big things that you needed to know about. My camera's kind of funny. I'm like, how do you, I don't know how to make it unzoom, so here we are. Hello! Let me check the comments here before I hop off. Thank you so much for popping in. If you're watching the replay at all, say hello so I know you came in. If you have any questions, send me a message. What else? We come back from winter break in January 1st. We have so many events, so come through, get all of them onto your calendar, start RSVPing. If you're an ecosystem member, all of that's ready to go for you on the events registration page. We're only 8 days into our winter break. We have accomplished so much, but we still have a pretty fatty list of like things that we need to up level, get done, add. Yeah, there's so many things. So I'm going to keep doing videos, coming on live, just to keep everybody up to date and on the same page. So when January shows up, we're ready to rock and roll. It's going to be an incredible year. We're going to do on Friday a 2025 wrap-up. So kind of like, what did I accomplish or not accomplish? What am I excited about and proud of? And what, just kind of this 2025 reflection on Friday. So maybe something you could do, reflect on your 2025, set yourself up powerfully for 2026. The VCBW community is the melting pot for the community to all come together, get the connections, the resources, the collaborations that support you personally and professionally. And I'm really excited. I'm excited to see what is going to happen for the new year. So thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. If something don't make sense, send me a message. I'd love to get you taken care of, because the more you utilize the community, the better it gets. Isn't that fun? All right, happy Monday. Go kick some butt until we meet again. Bye.